What's going on, guys? Welcome to What the Carry, and in this video we are going to be breaking down and reviewing and talking a little bit about the QSP Penguin. So if you're familiar with the EDC community, you probably already know this is one of the most recommended budget EDC options on the market, but I just want to break down and explain to you guys why I think that is. I really do think this is a fantastic option for the budget realm. This knife, you're getting a lot of knife for the price. So first things first, let's talk about just the design. You have a pretty simple, straightforward design, nothing super fancy. You're using micarta handles with just this pretty linear shape to the handle. You have a sheep's foot, Warncliffe style blade, and they make these in D2 is the blade steel. Really good ergonomics on this knife. It feels good in the hand. There's a slight bump right here that I could do without personally. It seems like it kind of cramps my hand into this area right here, but overall for a $34 knife, it feels pretty good in the hand. You do have some jimping on the spine of the knife, and yeah, it feels pretty good. It's comfortable if you really needed to bear down on something, and it feels good in the hand. So one thing about this knife that I was super impressed with straight out of the box was the action. So this is running on phosphor bronze, and look at that. Right out of the box, I haven't done anything but clean this knife up, and you're getting very nice action. Reverse flick, no problem, almost just completely dropped shut. One thing that was slightly off, my blade centering. I've tried to get it centered up perfect, and you just really have to bear down on it to get it completely centered. But like I said, for a $34 knife, it's kind of hard to complain about. You have a deep carry pocket clip. The screws are not countersunk or recessed into the scales, but I haven't noticed that to be an issue. It slides in and out of the pocket really easily. This clip I actually like a lot. It gets deep down in the pocket, and then you have just this nice little swoop up, no recurve back over, so it slides in and out really good. The size of this knife, the weight of this knife, everything about it really is great for just an EDC knife. Nothing fancy. You're not gonna win any beauty contests with it, but what you're trying to do with this knife, what this knife was designed to accomplish, I think that QSP just really knocked it out of the park with this. And like I said, I'm amazed at the action on a $34 knife. It's really fantastic. Got thumb studs, steel liner lock, so no full back spacer. You just have the posts between the liners, and that's okay. Like I said, we're talking about a super cheap knife here. So overall fit and finish of this thing, it feels really good. Nice radius edges on the micarta, and this is just black micarta, and it feels good in the hand. It's not super thick, pretty thin. Like I said, it slides in and out of the pocket great. Just a beautiful knife for the cost. So we're talking about D2 steel here, and I don't know if you can see that or not, but it is stamped very small right there on the blade, just in front of the thumb stud. And honestly, D2 is a really good steel, especially in this price point. I don't know that there's really a better budget, more corrosive resistant, or has better edge retention that you're going to be able to find in this price range than D2. So I'm not upset about that D2 at all. I think that that's a really good steel for this knife, and in this price point, you really can't beat it. So you have a T8 pivot, and then you have T6 body screws. And honestly, like I said, for this price, you really can't complain about that. You know, you always want to see, always love to see the T8s all the way through, but I mean, I have higher end knives that are still using the T6 screws on the body, so that's not that big of a deal. You do have a reversible pocket clip, so you just take these two screws out, remove the two screws on the clip there, and then this clip actually slides out from in behind the scales, and you just slide it into this little bitty slot right here. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but that's where you put the clip into, and then you just cinch those screws back down and you are good to go. So it is completely ambidextrous on the clip, which is nice for people who happen to be left-handed, and I think that that's a really good addition. So you have a really nice flat grind on a Warncliffe sheep's foot style blade, which is really nice. This blade geometry is great, very slicey, easy to cut with. This thing will rip through boxes or paper, anything that you want to cut with it. Honestly, the knife's made pretty durable. The D2 steel holds up really well, and the micarta handles feel sturdy in the hand, and this knife really, once it's open, you don't really have any blade play, no pivot lash at all. So man, it's just really impressive that they're able to bring you a knife this quality at this price point. So if you guys are considering buying a new knife, but you're wanting to stay on the budget end of things and not spend a whole bunch of money or pay a bunch of money for something that is super fancy, you want something that's going to be a good everyday user with great blade shape, butter smooth action, and pretty good metal, will hold an edge well. I mean, you can shred through boxes with this thing, no problem. Then I definitely think you guys should consider getting the QSP Penguin. I just don't think that you'll be disappointed in what you're getting for the cost. And at the end of the day, if you tear it up, mess it up, lose it, whatever, you're talking about a $35 knife to replace, and they're readily available all the time. So yeah, I definitely recommend considering the QSP Penguin for a budget EDC. I think that it may be possibly one of, if not the best budget, hear me out, budget EDC knives on the market. This is not a super high-end knife. It's not super fancy, but man, it's just hard to beat for the price. And I love that blade shape. All right, guys, that is going to wrap it up for this video. I appreciate you guys checking it out. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Help this channel grow. Leave me a comment and let me know what you would like to see in future videos. And turn on your notifications for when I post new content. Hopefully I'll be releasing plenty of content for you guys to check out and doing lots more knife reviews and EDC gear in the near future. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.